So I was always science-oriented, but I had a really deep-seated fear of needles. So I never really considered a career in medicine when I was an undergraduate. I thought I would go into marine biology or something along biological sciences. But when I was a junior in college, I took a mammalian physiology lab class, and during that class, we would do procedures on rats, little operations, cannulate arteries and veins and things like that. And my partner always had to anesthetize the rat because that you had to give it a shot, and I couldn't do that. But I had no problem doing the surgery, cutting into the rat, blood, blah, blah, blah. And one time we're doing the surgery, and we had the aorta, which is the main blood vessel out of the heart, cannulated with a little tube, and it popped out, and there was this arch of blood. And I was just working, getting it back in, and I looked up at my partner, and she was white as a sheet. She was about to faint. And that day I realized, okay, everybody has their thing. For her it was blood, for me it was needles, and I thought I could get past that. And at that point I was really liking what was involved in doing the surgeries and started thinking about medicine. Well, the biggest obstacle was that I had this deep-seated fear of needles, like so bad that I would nearly pass out just talking about them. So I don't know if you guys ever did this, right? But a lot, take a needle and pass it under the top couple layers of your skin. You can barely feel it. And kids used to do that. And I would practically pass out from that. And there was a movie in the late 80s, early 90s with Whoopi Goldberg. You guys probably don't even know Whoopi Goldberg, but in it she gets a dart in her butt. And I'm in the movie theater with my wife, and Whoopi gets darted, and I'm in the movie theater going like this. I was about, I'm breaking out in a sweat, and I'm getting dizzy, and I can't control it at all. And so that was a huge obstacle to, because I thought, how am I going to overcome this? Because you can't really practice medicine if you can do that. And I still don't like needles when they get put into me. All my staff know, I had to get my blood drawn the other day, and the technician, he knows me because he comes in the emergency department sometimes. And so he lets me lie down and, draw my blood lying down. I remember one time my wife went to go get her blood drawn, and she went in and out like that. And I said, wow, that was really fast. And she said, well, how long does it take? And I said, well, you got to go in, you got to tell them how nervous you are, you got to stand up, you got to pace around a little bit, you got to sit back down, you got to wait there for you to get the blood drawn, and then you got to lie down. It takes me like 15 minutes. So that was something I had to overcome. And but when I decided that's what I was going to do, I put my head to it, and I said, okay. So I started off. I worked as an EMT, and I started off just right in the back of the ambulance and staring out the window when the paramedics started the IV. And then I would start stealing a glance, and then I would watch, and then I went through hypnotism, and I went through all these things to the point where now I have no problem doing it to other people, but I'm still not crazy when it has to happen to me. But the one thing I would say too is that, again, remember, I didn't decide to go into medicine until I was 25, and so I didn't really start med school until I was 27, which meant I wasn't going to finish med school until I was 31, which meant I wasn't going to finish my training until I was in my mid-30s. And some people would go, my gosh, that's so late. Why? Maybe you should do something else. But the thing to recognize is that with any luck, you're going to be 30, 31, 35, 40 at some point in your life anyway. So when you get there, you might as well be doing what you want to do. So if you put it off, if you say, well, that's too old, I can't start, then you're going to be 35 someday, and maybe you're going to be doing something that you're not so happy in. And you can say, well, I wish I'd stuck to it and seen it through. But I think the important thing, and I talk to people about this all the time, is it's great that I can go to Haiti, which is one of the poorest places on earth, and help deliver care there. And I can do that in Sri Lanka and in the Philippines. But there are plenty of people right here in Santa Rosa who are amongst the poorest in the world, who have very little. They live on the street, or they live barely at home with making it by, or maybe in shelters, and they don't have access to health care. And so that's why I'm the medical director for the Jewish Free Clinic here in Santa Rosa. That's why I'm on the board of directors for the Red Cross and the board of directors for the Series Project, because there are lots of opportunities, there are lots of people in need. You don't have to go across the world to find those people and to find those opportunities, and everybody can do that. So I emphasize that.
Hi, my name is Jose Velasquez.
Hi, my name is Daniela Mercado.
My name is Sofia Estrada.
My name is Luis Ariza.
My name is Alondra Hernandez.